everyone, welcome to episode 2 of my process video of trying to build or rather fill my journal with this magazine which I got from the op shop. And if you haven't seen my first episode, please do go check it out. I just wanted to show you I did get this for $1, so it's it was definitely a great find. And so I'm going to try to fill this entire journal with just one magazine. So I'm just going to assume that I don't have a lot of the supplies. So I had an idea for this today's spread to actually use this and this. At first I was thinking of actually watercoloring it, but I'm just gonna go ahead, maybe just to assume that I don't have watercolor. I'm just going to use as much as I can just the magazine, and I've allowed myself to just have some Posca pens because that's going to help to enhance the image. But if you don't have Posca pens, that's fine. And I've allowed myself to have some brown paper because just to balance out the patterns. So I'm going to go ahead. What I'm going to do now is to cut this up, and then I'm going to start seeing how all the elements are going to work on the page. So let's have a look and see how we go. So I forgot to show you that this is the insert in that magazine which has the patterns, and I'm going to use this as well to build my journal. So I've cut this out, and I'm just going to cut around it. I don't know if I will put some color on it, but I was just thinking I'm just going to maybe just leave it for now and just see if I didn't have, or if I had limited resources, whether I can still build a journal. I think that's the challenge I like to give myself, because for some people it is quite expensive to start junk journaling, but I want to actually try to debunk that myth. Because when I first started, as I said, I started with a newsletter, right? I didn't have a lot of supplies, but I started anyway. I know I built it up later on and had all these other things to add to it, but maybe you can too. If you had just a few dollars, say $5, I want to say that you can start junk journaling. It doesn't have to be expensive. You can start this way by trying to get something from the thrift shop or the op shop, and it might be it might just be enough to get you started. And as long as you have glue and a book, and any book, it doesn't have to be a little one like mine, any book, and you may even have other books that you've partly used. That's fine too. What you can do then is to just remove the pages that you've got in there, and then just use whatever's left over and just start your journal. Because people have planners or calendars and different things that they have sitting in their cupboard, partly used. I'm guilty of that. So feel free to do that. I guess this is the exercise I'm trying to do in doing this series, is to, I guess, challenge myself. Number one, that I can actually have limited resources and still be able to junk journal, but also to encourage, especially if you are new, to start small, but just to start, right? To start small, but just to start. So I've cut that out. So I was thinking I could put it there, and see, I'm not even using washi tape, because I was just thinking that I could attach that to here with washi, and but I'm not so sure. So let's see. Okay, I think the camera's rolling. I'm still getting used to doing this live, off and on kind of. So would you please forgive me if it is not 100% perfect, because this is really all new to me still. I'm still in the learning process, but I would, just really wanted to challenge myself, but also just learning new techniques, because I think it's really important to challenge yourself to do something new, which I've been putting off because I was fearing what I really needed to do. Sorry, I'm just putting this one down first. It should be this one down first, and I have just decided again to let that overflow the page, just so that it will stick out a little bit. Just gives that extra, interesting texture. I don't know what you call it. It's not texture, but well worn, used, imperfect, eclectic. I don't know what the word is. I mean, you know what I mean. So this is the problem when we do live videos. And I'm just gonna put that one here. And let's see. Yes, we're probably going to do that there. Now as I said in my last video, I'm just using this normal glue. If you don't like using glue stick, just feel free to use Elmer glue, or what's the other one? You can use glue tape. That's fine too. It's your preference. For me, it works on paper. I mean, if you're using fabric or anything heavy like cardboard or anything like that, that's going to be an issue. And what I'm going to do here now, before I even stain that flower, is to so I'm going to staple. So I use the stapler quite a lot. So I'm just thinking, I'm not going to put it right in the middle, but offset it a little bit here, and I'm going to just clip it there. And let me just get my coffee bag. Oops, I'm sorry, that was my dog. So I'm going to do this live. I don't know how it will turn out, to be quite honest, but I'm just going to have a go. So this is my coffee bag. I'm hoping, just make sure that there's not a lot of, so I'm just squeezing that out a little bit, and I'm just going to go ahead and just dab that on. I may have to leave this for a little bit to let it, what's the word? I'm sorry. That's little Sophie. She's just excited because there's people outside. So I'm just gonna let that sit for a bit. But I think that's taken off that start white. What do you think? I don't know. In the comments, let me know. So I'm just going to wash my hands. Let's pause this for a minute. So I'm looking for something else to add to the page. I thought I might cut this doily print out and see if that will work. Now sometimes I think I've got an idea and I think, oh, is that going to work? I don't know until I actually, maybe I'm just about to glue the thing on and I think, really it doesn't work. And that doesn't matter. I will move on to the next thing and see if I can find something else. But I'm just trying to find contrasting colors and contrasting elements to put on the page. And I was thinking that I could also Posca on there. So I'm just going to try that. And we're gonna see how it goes. So I've cut that out. I'm just gonna place it on there and just see how it goes. So I'm just playing around with stuff, and I decided that I found these. So what I'm going to do is these words, I found them, and I'm going to use the stapler. So I'm just going to turn this around. So if my dog barks, or sorry, just been interrupted by family. That's the problem with doing it live. I'm just going to staple them here like this. And it doesn't matter if it comes through the other side, because that gives added what I call, well, either texture, or I don't know what you want to call it. It adds a dimension on here as well, and so that's fine. And that's what I'm going to do. Now if you don't have coffee bags, you've got tea bags, I'm sure. So I'm actually happier with that because it's not stark white. Now I'm thinking that this, maybe I can put this one here. And I like to put little tags on my pages like this sticking out. So I'm gonna leave that. So what I did was I'm gonna staple this one as well, and that's fine. If it, as I said, if it goes to the other side, we will figure it out on the other page. So I think I'm happy with that for now, and I used a contrasting color because, well, there's no rules. And I just like the daisies on there, so that's why I use that color. What I might do now, I'm just thinking, is there anything else? Again, I'm not wanting to overcrowd. This is pretty dry, which is good. See, it didn't take very long, but I think it gives a little bit of interest there too. What I might do is to go ahead and Posca this part here. Let me know if you have actually used Posca pens. I've got a love-hate relationship with Posca pens. I love them because they really add a nice touch to it, but sometimes they bleed out and they leave a mess, and it is very annoying. But I don't know, maybe I shouldn't store them like this. If you've had any experience or you have any tips for me, I would love to hear it. Or what kind of pens, if you have a paint pen, what kind of pens do you use? So I'm just going to get my calendar so that I can actually test on there with my pens. So as you know, this is not my desk, this is actually my dining table. I do a lot of my videoing here simply because my desk where I'm sitting is actually quite small and I can't spread out, whereas my dining table I can, and it's handy to be able to do this here. So I'm just gonna try and see whether this is going to work on here. And so I bought this from Kmart for, I think it was $1 as well. They were clearing because it was 2023, and I like to buy these kinds of clearances because, I mean, stuff on sale, who doesn't like a bargain? So that I can actually, I normally put, see, I don't know if you can see it, it's just got too much paint out, but it's okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and Posca this. So I'm just gonna Posca also on this part here. So what I might do is I might go I'm using yellow, so I had to buy a set where well, I found that it was cheaper to buy the set than to buy one, but I actually like doing these things on my journal, so I figured that it would be more value for money doing it this way. So that's why I've got different colors. My dog is trying to get my attention, I think. So I'm just gonna do down here as well. And what I might do is I don't know if I'll do all of it. So I guess it's a matter of just seeing how it looks like. You don't have to posca everything. Maybe I'll just do a little bit more here. And so that adds a little bit of interest there. And so if I use that's, and maybe I'll put some here. Just adds a little bit of interest and texture to it. Just see what my dog's doing. What's it doing? I wonder if she's gonna say hi to me. I think I'm happy with that one. And the other thing we could do is to write words on the page. So I'm just going to try and do some cursive, maybe in a different color. We might just, don't know if this is going to be any different, but this is more of an orangey and apricot color. Yeah, so I'm still not that great in cursive. I don't have consistency But I guess in order to have consistency, I need to practice, right? Yeah. So maybe I'll leave it at that, and I might just do marks on here. Do some on this part here as well. Okay, I think I'm happy with that, and just gonna go this. No, I might leave it like that. Actually, is this? I might just. Fine. So that will sit there. I don't have to glue that down, so I can actually flip it up. And then, and if I fold that over, yeah, that should be fine. Doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, that's why you call it junk journal, no rules. I think so after doing junk journaling for a bit, because I have done scrapbooking before, I think scrapbooking, I may be wrong, but I think scrapbooking is more precise, but whereas junk journaling is more no rules, just eclectic, and just, you know, go for it and just create art. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure. You guys can tell me. You can tell me if I'm right or wrong. So I think I'm happy with that for now. And I think that's the video has gone long enough. So I think that is 20. There's 56 pages maybe in this book, so I'm gonna have to count it. I mean, it's gonna be a long series if I do it, you know, once a week. I may have to do it twice a week. So anyway, I'm gonna figure that out. I'm just, as you can see, just doing it all on the fly. This looks like a spaceship landing. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed just my process, and see you in the next video. Bye.